lean on to the individuals that you do have in your life and allow them to pour into you till you're able to pour into yourself and learn to love yourself, honestly.
I love that. Hey everybody, welcome back to yet another episode of Full Belly Podcast. My name is Matt Bell. I'm your host, and we're very grateful to have you here again. Before we get into anything, introductions or anything else, I want you to time out for just a second. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Follow us on whatever platform you're watching this on. At the end, we're going to do a call to action. We want you to share this with people. And the only way to do that and see more episodes is if you follow us. So it's a really good thing to do that. We have a really good panel here today. A power panel of people. Juan, you guys know Juan. He's our co-host yet again today. There he is. And before I get into, our guest, who I love dearly and I've known for quite some time now, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors. And I want to turn it over to Juan to do that. But, Kirkland Water, I may have mispronounced it. Juan will kind of correct me on that, but we've got a pallet of water that was delivered just because we get thirsty around here, and obviously we're trying to do the opposite of drinking alcohol and doing drugs. And so they wanted to bless us with some water and show us how pure life can be with the delicious water from Kirkland at your local Costco. So go ahead, Juan. Why don't you thank our sponsors for us?
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely, dude. As you guys know, it's the number one seller and the never teller. Juan Duarte here. How we doing, fellers? Look, I want to introduce you guys to something. I'll take you back in the history into the concepts of the annals of the Kirkland. Get it right, my man. It's Kirklands. This adventure started with my great uncle Kirk. He's a descendant of Atreyu from the Neverending Story. He rode Falkor into the lands of the Greenlands, hopped to skipped, took it to the lip, ended up in Kirklands. He found my uncle Kirk, who was ousted, but was drinking magnificent water from the dewdrops of honeydew drop trees. Now, the good thing about Kirklands is this. If you find yourself drinking Kirklands water, you're a partner affiliate of Costco, whom you can get socks, rocks, and anything in a box. You can find yourself a pair of sleeping shorts, a pair of sweater pants, and you can do anything but you want, and you gotta dance. Now, listen to me one time, and the one time only, before we get out of here. This is a good offer. One time only before we get out of here. The offer is this: go to Costco's, look at your first receptionist or your first cashier. They're the same. And you're going to tell them, I'm a dog. And they're going to know what you mean. You're going to get a free case of Kirkland's water straight from Atreyu's back. Now, if you want to learn how to do this on the intraweb, you're going to go to Facebook, check under Josh Grobel's Facebook page. In his link tree, he's got a special edition of what to do there. Click on the link tree. You'll end up in Costco's back warehouse. Once you get there, you're going to manifest yourself Falkor in the flesh. And then you say www.blinkblinkblink 2 times let's go.org. And you're going to find yourself a member of the club, man. Get to Kirkland or don't be around. Holler at us, man.
Just get there or don't be around, bro. That's just dead. Those are your options.
That's great.
Yo, I didn't know that. Costco sold sleeping shorts, dude.
Yeah.
I never knew that. They sell sleeping shorts.
They do, bro, because in Kirkland, dog, it gets hot and you want to sleep, but you also want to run.
So you gotta have the appropriate piece of clothing that flexible.
Yeah,
flexible.
Sweater shorts, just in case it's cold and you want to sit down. You need a pair of shorts that are built out of sweaters. You never know.
Get with you,
what if you couldn't sit down unless you had sweater shorts on?
You just had to stand all day, dude.
Yeah. Like, let me get a pair of sweater shorts.
Just the people that can't afford them are just tired and standing, bro.
You know how
all day.
Dudes sell incense on the corners, you know what I mean? You got some dudes selling cheap sweater shorts.
Selling fake ones.
So people can sit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just knock off sweaters, bro. Just knock off sweater shorts.
Yeah, those aren't Kirklands.
Yeah, bro. Oh my god.
Wow.
That was good. Thank
Yeah,
you
for
guys.
sure.
Thank Costco. Great water. We're hydrated around here.
Yeah, get at us, Costco. You guys know you want us on your line as far as somebody selling your products. Hit us up.
Yeah, get us in your back warehouse. With no further ado, I would like to welcome our guest, Mike. Man, welcome, dude. Welcome. God, it's so good to see you. I don't get to talk to you enough.
Yeah,
We used to do a lot of heavy stuff together
for sure.
on the TR front
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
The good old day before.
Those were some good days.
Yeah, those were some good days, and that was fun, man. But I'm proud of you. You're doing well. And gosh, dude, it's just good to have a normal conversation. Just be guys here. We
Yes.
can be guys. We were kind of talking before we came on. And by the way, Full Belly Podcast, what we do here, obviously, our conversations are about how we fill ourselves up. You know, like we used to be empty in so many different ways, completely empty, void. And we found a solution for that in a lot of different ways. And so we like to share that from ourselves and also bring on guests who are doing that and modeling that. And it's important for other people to see that people can recover and not just not use drugs and alcohol, right? And Mike's doing that. And what were we talking about? How time, dude, like how time just flies by so fast. And how, on the contrary, in addiction, the shit goes so slow. It's so slow. Do you remember the feeling of when the dope man would be like, "Hey man, it's gonna be an hour."
It was like straight dread. Like I hated it.
Like that. Like I want to die. An
For sure.
hour, bro. An hour? You expect me to wait an hour?
You're at a family cookout? What?
I'll be there.
Yeah, what do you mean? You're picking your kid up from school, dope man, and you want me to wait, dude?
Takes
like
an hour?
serving me is less important than you getting your kids from school?
Yeah, you got the dope with your kid in the car right now.
Yeah, dude. An hour. A whole hour, bro.
Yeah.
And that's nothing.
No.
No.
Dude, you could tell me to do a headstand for an hour right now, and I could do it. And I would just be like, whatever, okay.
I don't
Be
believe
fun.
you, but yeah.
That's great. But yeah, I don't know. I just can remember some of them good days. I was sitting in the car or whatever, waiting on whatever substance I was trying to get, and I would do whatever they wanted, you know. And now it's like as times progress, and you know, I've got my life together a little bit more. It's time kind of is difficult to balance, you know. I appreciate it a lot more, you know, versus back then. It's like the days were like I was dreading the days, you know. It'd take a lot longer for the days to pass, but now it's like I look forward to balancing my time and filling in some activities to you know, fill up those spaces.
Yeah, dude. It's like, I remember just waking up in addiction and being like, fuck, I woke up another day, dude. Another day of this hell. And now we get to wake up and it's like, you think about, all right, cool. Say my prayers real quick. What I got to do today? You know? And like, truly, it's just, I don't think people get that. Like, you can't relate to that unless you've been through this shit. Like the concept of time, the concept of life, completely fucking different, dude. It's night and day.
Well, nothing can be important outside of drugs. You know, I can't value anything outside of drugs because when I don't have drugs, I feel like I'm dying.
Literally.
You know, I've been hijacked. My brain is fucking hijacked. You know, so it's tough, right? And then when you have things you value and prioritize now, it's like my time is more valuable because all these things deserve my attention.
Yeah, I was sitting here thinking also, like, I wouldn't do anything unless obviously I had some substance in my body. Like, I didn't care about anybody else's time. It was just all about me until I got what I wanted, and to be able to function, to be able to spend time with my family or whatever the case is. So I don't know. It's like I just value life today, you know, especially, you know, I sit back and I think of all the individuals I've lost along this process. And I was sitting back and I was thinking, because I lost my cousin like 2 months ago yesterday, and he was a huge part of my life. And that was really tough, but luckily I was at a good spot in my recovery, and I was able to reach out to some people that helped supported me during those times of my struggle. But that was a tough one, you know, because I grew up without family and support, and we were really close. So that one kind of really hit me hard.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I've been. Loss is something that's like just. It's uncomfortable for me to talk about, and it's weird because it's like the one thing I know is going to happen for sure. Like almost every day, we're going to hear about somebody. You know, like we just know that, and almost 8 years now, almost every day I've heard that we lose somebody, you know? And so, but I've been fortunate that somebody really, really close to me or like a family member, I have not dealt with that yet in recovery. So I know it's going to be tough when I do. I know I'll get through it, but I know that it's going to be really, really tough. So I feel for you. But I'm proud of you for getting through it. You know, It's like one of those things that we know is going to happen, and we prepare for. We hear about people talk about it in meetings that they've dealt with this, and they've leaned on their support group and their friends. But it's like, that's real, dude. Mm-hmm. That's life. You know, like that is recovery, and that's what we have to be prepared for. How did you, like, what was the first thing that you did in terms of like coming into the solution and saying, okay, this hurts, I got to do something?
Honestly, it's kind of ironic. I remember I was sitting in the car in the parking lot, honestly, and it was crazy how the situation had happened. I got a phone call from his kid's mother, and I spoke with her about the situation. It was definitely it hit me hard. You know, I had some good people around me, and it was kind of weird. Juan called me like right after that. So I kind of feel like that was a message, you know, to just like lean into the people that I really care about. I just kept talking to people about it, whether it was my mother, you know, my brother, you know, all the people around me, going to meetings, sharing about it, just getting the stuff out, you know, the garbage, in order to fill good stuff back into me. I mean, it was an uncomfortable moment, but there's going to be uncomfortable moments, you know. It's just, you know, sitting still sometimes and not acting out of impulse on some of those emotions.
For sure. Wow, man, that's tough. That's tough. How was that for you to be able to be there for somebody?
Man, per usual, I think it's just a blessing to be able to witness somebody's process all the time. That's how I feel. But Mike, we go back, you know, to when I got sober at the same time you got sober, and you know, that moment, obviously over the years, having witnessed your process, you know, I felt worried, right? I felt concerned. I care about you. I don't worry about or feel that kind of concern for things that I don't really feel a deep sense of care for. And so to be there, you know, what do you say to somebody? You know, what do you say? You know, and it's just to hug him. You know, he hugs me. He gives really good, strong hugs anyway, bro. But that boy squeezed the soul out of me that day.
Yeah.
You know, and we sat in the gym, man, and it was just like, you know, please tell me what you need, you know, and honestly, knowing that I don't know if there's much that I can give him other than him like doing what needs to happen, talking to me when he's ready. Yeah.
And just knowing that you're there, you know what I mean? Like, there's not much you can do, but just like knowing that people are there, if there is something that you can do, I think is like, that's like almost like just like the last podcast we did. It's like, just thank you for even like, this makes me feel good. You know, this like helps build my confidence. Just like hearing you guys say these things. So just being there, I know that like there's certain other things that I don't know if I can't say it would have like taken me back out, but it would have been really hard to get through without just people being there, bro, or just knowing that they would be there if I needed, like having those solid people, solid people. We always say it, one or two, bro. Yeah. One or two. Like there are a few people that you just know would be there for anything. Like if you really needed it, you're like, dude, I need you here now. Stop whatever you're doing. Yeah. And that's hard to find. It's hard. That's hard to find. And sometimes those people that are there now won't be there in a year. You know, or sometimes those people that you think aren't going to be there are the ones that are there. Yeah. You know, so it's just fucking wild how people change and processes change, dude.
And I think, dude, for me, like that's a position that I found myself in over the years, is the guy that's there. You know, at that moment, people tend to reach out to me at that moment when loss.
That's going to be on your gravestone.
What?
The guy that was there.
For sure.
Ooh, I'll take that. Yeah, I really want to be that guy.
That's you. That is you. You're being that guy. It's not like you don't have to want to. That's you, bro. You're the guy that's there.
I love you.
Yeah, I appreciate both you guys, because you guys have been there for me quite a bit, and you know, have witnessed my journey, you know, whether it's been in and out the rooms. Just you guys have definitely inspired me to like appreciate life more, and really focus on giving myself an opportunity to, you know, live the life I deserve, and like give myself some credit and learn to love myself and have faith in myself that I'm making the right choices. And I have some good people in my life to help influence that, you know, because a lot of the times, like, I felt like I found myself alone and like I didn't have the support, but in reality, I really did. It's just I didn't utilize that because people were always there. It's just, you know, sometimes people have to take a step back and protect their protect themselves because I wasn't always making the right decisions. And then it comes back to the loss part, you know, because my brother had to do the same thing because he wasn't sure if I'd still be there. So he wasn't sure if he had to do it, if he'd be able to deal with that. So understand that. But at the moment I didn't, you know, I was being selfish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were doing what you were doing. You know what I mean? I don't know if selfishness is necessarily it. There probably was some to it, but like, dude, we've all been there and in active addiction, and we do what we do in active addiction. You know? And those people around us, a lot of times, whether it's like people in the rooms, friends we had previously, family, whatever it is, they gotta do what's best for them. And it's like you kind of talked about it last episode too, Juan, where like if we don't internalize that and like make that a personal thing and just realize that person is doing what's best for them, like that's really what it comes down to. It's super simple. Like, yo, that person, my brother or whoever it is, has a family and he's got to get home to his family and he can't deal with my shit because his whole family's sick or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like we don't, like, that's just what it is. You know, it's not about us. It's not like they're not thinking about us in every fucking step they take in their lives.
Right. For sure.
And so, yeah, man, we have been, I've known you for a while. How many times have you been to rehab?
I don't know.
Too many to count?
For sure.
So what is it, dude? Like, what is the thing or things that's happening different this time? Because I will say this, and I'm not bullshitting you.
No.
You look different, like in a good way. In a good way. Like, it's been 8 years, I think, since I've known you, 7, 8 years. And I've never seen you. I don't know if you feel this way, but I see you in a different like light. And I mean that, dude. Like, I'm not just saying shit to make you feel good. You look different. You're walking with your head up. Your chest is out. Like, there's just a confidence there that I saw lacking in other times. And not like I looked at you before and was like, he's not confident. It's just you look different. You know, like hindsight looking back, I'm like, dude, Mike's he's progressing in a good way, you know.
And he's calmer.
And like leading the pack, like being an example in the groups and shit like that. Like, that's awesome to see. So what is it that's like helping you, and what's helping you, and what are you doing to help yourself different this time? For me,
like you said, like I'm trying to establish relationships with just everybody, you know, put myself out there, get vulnerable, because I have to realize that my support group is going to evolve. People are going to come, people are going to go. That's just part of the process. So I'm trying to take what I can from all the individuals around me and just, like you said, lead by example. And really give myself some time to work on myself, find that balance, you know, to where I can take my personal time, but also try to give back. And like I said, create some healthier relationships, maybe have some of the people, you know, be there for me as I progress throughout this journey. But I don't know, like, I'm really just trying to implement different activities. Like, I wanted to go back to school, and it's like I'm not giving up on myself. You know, if there's an obstacle, I just continue to work on it and like exhaust all the resources until like whatever the outcome is, and still not give up on it, you know, because so many times in the past I would just hit an obstacle and I give up, you know, and then it's whatever else is going to happen. But I don't know, I try to lead by example and live in integrity today, honestly. I try to look at all aspects of my life and just do better, and just realize that all those small decisions can influence other areas of my life, whether it's, you know, one small decision can lead to other small decisions, whether it's negative or it's positive. You know, they always impact one another, whether it's now or whether it's later in my life. There's always, like I say this all the time to certain individuals, there's always a consequence or a reward for my choices.
Always.
So I just try to be mindful of that, and like I said, just love. I'm still learning to like love myself, you know, and I'm finally getting there today, and realizing that I do. I'm worthy of things in life, for real. Like, I really am. Versus before, like I just
goosebumps, bro.
Honestly, before I was just like, you know what, whatever. I always put all my love into other individuals and not into myself. And now it's like I'm learning to pour into myself to be able to pour into others.
I see that, dude. I see that, and I didn't think about that, but looking back, I can see you doing that in the past too. Is focus on other things and other people and stuff. And it's like, dude, you just gave me goosebumps. I have goosebumps. You're closer than I've had, at least this time, the opportunity to spend time with Mike and stuff. Like, what do you see? What do you see in him?
Oh man, dude. I mean, I'll take it back to Sober Squad. You know what I mean? Remember that? Come on, shout out, bro. You know, shout out 2016.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I've watched him from that point, Sober Squad, when we all first got sober, getting in a relationship with somebody that was in a small town, the breakup, the downfall that happened subsequently during and after, then him getting back on his feet, figuring it out, and then not, like, and always, like, me and him, like, would connect in those intermittent times, you know? Like he said, when somebody's unhealthy, there's distance, but I'm here, I'm ready when you're ready, right? I'm not going nowhere. But what I witnessed right now is you've always been really hesitant about people and being vulnerable, right? And one of the last times that you were here with us previously, and I was like, man, you got to find your support. Like, you got to. And it's like, man, people are messy, because early recovery can be messy. You know, it can be full of drama. You know what I mean? And he's like, man, I don't want to deal with that. And it's like, well, you got to help then. Like, maybe you don't want to be in the middle of it, but maybe you're out ahead of it. You know, like, well, how do you, like, you're supposed to be showing people how to, like, that's how we stay better. And so, you know, these subtle ways that you're leading by example, and your words, just the things that you said are totally different, man. What you just said was not you trying to appeal for the right answer.
Yeah.
What I just heard was you speaking the truth about your process.
Correct.
You know, some people will just say something because it sounds right.
Right. I felt it.
Right. I felt what you just said, which was, you know, I'm going to take time for me to fill my cup so I can fill your cup. You know, and I could tell you meant that. You know what that means for you. Previously, I'd hear you say that, and I'd be looking at your life, and I'm like,
you full of shit.
yeah. Yeah. You got 42 cups over there. You know what I mean? You know, I'd see it, you know, and, or you'd be in a disagreement or a difficult situation, and, you know, I'd be like, damn. Yeah. But this time, man, I really see, we come in here really young and adolescent and juvenile. And I see the man emerge.
Yes.
I see the man emerge. I see your character, brother. You know what I mean? Which is a gift. You think that Matt thought I wasn't going to stay sober, rightly so, you know? You know, you look at situations like, damn, I don't know about that one. Maybe that person might not make it, you know? And I had those thoughts for you, you know? It would cause me a lot of sadness to think, man, dude, it's somebody I care about, and I'm not sure that they're going to make it.
Yeah.
You know, and so to see you here now, like, the great joy of our lives is watching individuals like you reclaim their lives. It's the biggest blessing.
It really is, dude. It's so great. You have just grown up in your recovery. I feel like it's just like a man that used to be a boy in the rooms. You know, we were all there.
Yeah.
We were all fucking there, dude. God. And that is, it's just like at some point you just grow up to this shit. You're like, all right, enough's enough, man. I'm tired of doing this shit.
Right.
Like, for real. Like, yeah, I'm tired. I said I was tired every time. Like, I'm really tired, dude. I want to fucking live life. I want to do what I'm supposed to be doing. Integrity. You said integrity and character. Like, I just want that, you know? And like, when you want that and you feel like you're just there, it's like, okay, enough is enough. I'm actually throwing in the towel here, you know? It's just kind of forces you to do that. So
it's kind of ironic you brought that up, because like, before I started this process this time, I was incarcerated for a little bit. And I remember picking up the phone, calling my mother, and just being like, you know what? I'm tired. Like, I really am. Like, this time around, I'm like tired in my soul. And like, I'm tired. I told her, I said, I'm tired of my own shit. Like, for real. Like, I just knew I had to give myself an opportunity, because I've been doing this like on and off for so long. And it's just like, I'm really fortunate and blessed to be able to get another opportunity at this, you know? So, like, today I look at it as like, it's really life or death for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, dude. And honestly,
it is. Like,
hearing you say that though, like, I get it. I'm saying this, you know, I was homeless, man. Yo, man, you had nowhere to go, bro. Like, you know, you were my friend that I would drive down the street and see you homeless outside with a backpack, you know, on Broadway, you know, over by Taco Bell and McDonald's. You know, I remember stopping, like, so, like, you know, to just paint the picture for all the listeners out there, like this is a real situation where somebody like you had, yo man, that was your life. You were on the streets. You know, I think that that for some people it's hard for them to see that you or me or Matt really lived in that way, right? The way, the depth it took us to, you know, and dude, it's just crazy, man. I remember pulling up on you on Broadway when you were down bad, you know, and you were like, you know, I want to do something. I want to get better, but you were just stuck, you know? So to hear you went to jail and that all happened where you're like, I'm just tired.
Yeah. I can like recall a huge portion of my life where I was out running the streets. Like, you know, I just didn't see a way out. I really didn't, you know, sleeping under bridges, sleeping in abandoned houses through the winter. I did that for years and I was almost like comfortable, numb to it. You know, I didn't see any other way to my life. But then there was times where had certain times I had individuals around me that I was running around doing it with, but it got really bad when I started to, I mean, let's just be honest, fucked up individuals didn't even want to be around me. That's how fucked up I was. So I started to realize like my life's got to change. Like there's times I slept under bridges, damn near froze to death, you know? So, I don't know. I made some decisions. Like I had to give myself an opportunity to, you know, really work on myself because I knew there was just more to life than doing that. And I knew from previous experiences, I just wasn't giving myself an opportunity.
I'm smiling. I'm smiling, dude, because I'm like looking at a human being that almost froze to death under a fucking bridge, and you're clean shaven, like looking fucking healthy. Like it makes me happy, dude. Like seeing people get this and come back. I'm just happy,
dude.
No, and I can relate to how fucking terrible it is out there, dude. That's like when the people we're like hitting licks with don't even want to hit licks with us anymore because we're hitting a lick together, but I'm hitting a lick on you while we're hitting a lick together. You know, like completely isolated. The fucking the worst of the worst don't even want to associate with you. Like, bro, you're alone.
Yeah.
We were. I don't want to say we were pieces of shit because we were sick, but like we just did things that pieces of shit do.
Yeah,
for sure.
And here you are, dude. Like, again, it's like, it's giving me chills and I can relate to a lot of it. And I'm just happy to see you here sitting on this couch with us. So happy. If you had one message, like one important thing for people out there that might be struggling in early recovery, whatever it is, what would you say that is?
I would just say, honestly, just give yourself an opportunity and, during this process, like lean on to the individuals that you do have in your life and allow them to pour into you till you're able to pour into yourself and learn to love yourself, honestly.
I love that. So what's next for you? Give me a couple big goals and things that you're working on.
Like I said, I'm trying to get back into school. It's been a little obstacle for me. But I haven't given up. Like the timeline's been pushed off a little bit because of previous loans or whatever, you know, I have going on with that. So it's been a little obstacle, but I still don't let it, you know, get in the way of what I'm trying to achieve with myself. And then, honestly, just trying to, find a career choice, you know, instead of working just, you know, different pointless jobs. You know, trying to get my finances in order, honestly, pay some of my responsibilities, you know, all my legal stuff, get that taken care of so I can finally be free of all my legal stuff. You know, I'm still on probation currently. Supposed to get off next month, which I was on 2 years, so things are going really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just trying to transition up about this phase and really implement these things into the real life scenarios.
You know, one thing is for sure, all those things that you just mentioned will not happen if you put drugs on top of it. You know what I mean? So the opposite of that tells me staying sober gives those things real possibilities. And those are all things that we've all been through and also been able to achieve. It just takes a little bit of time. And just gotta give yourself a fucking chance. Give yourself a chance to do it. I know you'll knock that shit out of the park. He's gonna come back as a third co-host off probation with a beautiful job, nothing going on, living life, graduated college. Mark my words, we'll fucking save this clip and will make a remix out of it in 4 years when he's got his degree and he's doing some shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, boy.
I'm proud of you, bro.
I appreciate it.
I really am proud of you. We like to give our guests an opportunity to ask some questions for us too. I don't know if you have anything prepared, but if not,
Yeah, I got a couple of things I'd like to ask y'all. Like, what are some activities that you guys do in order to help you guys maintain a healthy lifestyle?
me or Juan?
Both of y'all. I mean, one of y'all can go at a time.
Healthy activities. I'm like really into, like, I'm trying to get more into health. I would say the diet is something that is probably my weakest. Like, that's where I slack, dude, because I love food, bro.
Yeah.
Food's like a fucking drug. It really is, dude. The way that I eat, I'll eat some shit. Dude. I'll order everything on the fucking menu just because I want to taste it. I'm an addict, bro. Like, I have certain tendencies where I like to indulge. And so food has been tough for me. I mean, I can't fucking get high and do drugs anymore. What do I got left? I got fucking sex and fucking exercise and travel and food. You know, that's it. And so you can't just like travel every day. You can't have sex all the time. Like, but I can eat a lot every day. And so like I tend to push those things. I always have. I try to manage that. One of the things that I've really been focusing on is because you can't see results a lot of times. You know what I mean? Like, you can work your ass off for 3 months straight and you can't see the effects of how that changed your health, you know, but getting lab work done does. And so like, I've been like making a big push to like do regular healthcare type stuff that like normal people do all the time. Like just going to a fucking doctor's appointment every 6 months, a normal fucking checkup, and getting normal blood work done. Like, those are things I certainly didn't do in active addiction. And even in the first few years of recovery, I didn't. So now it's like, I like to look at my blood work every 6 months and like compare. Like, did my B12 go, like my B12 was low. It's like, all right, like, what do I need to do? What foods have B12, or do I need to take a B12 supplement? And like, I went back this last time and like, your B12's great. I'm like, fuck, cool. I feel good about that. Like, I'm healthy. Same thing with like, they just said that my cholesterol was good because it was bad last time, but now it's my sugars and like A1C. Like, I like to eat sweets, bro. I like fucking sweets. I eat sweets every night. And so like, now I'm working on that to the point toward literally today I had a fucking headache because I haven't eaten sweets and my body's detoxing from them. But so food is a struggle for me. That was a very long-winded way of saying that, but I love exercise. Worked out twice today. I love sleep too. I do. And like, I mean that, like, getting the appropriate amount of sleep and like being able to fall asleep is cool. And if you've like detoxed from dope or like been on crack, like, you know that it's really cool to just fall asleep for sure. Instead of like staying up all night or passing out
For sure.
when you can't go anymore. So like, I love just being able to fall asleep. Family time is huge for me. I like to travel. I like to play golf, you know, like, but and I love the program. That's something I'm trying to get into more too. Is like going back to more meetings. We'll go to one tonight, and then just constantly learning, dude. Back in school again, same issues. Couldn't go back because of finances and stuff like that. Had to chip away and do all these things, and finally was at the point where I could go to school. So, just constantly trying to be better every day, every single day in something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true too. You do. Yeah, that's you, brother. Man, bro, just praying is so important for me, man. Prayer is such an important part of my my health, and working with others is huge. So a clear it's very clear to me how I respond and how I act in my life when I am sponsoring or working a program and working with other people, and when I'm not. Like, the difference there is, I'm honestly, everything I do when I'm not is based out of fear and based out of this strategy that is just fear driven. And when I am, I'm just doing the right thing. And I'm okay when things go wrong, much more okay. Healthy thing. Oh, my son, dude, football practice, right? Prioritizing my family, you know, I leave here. My son right now, it's football season, so I leave here at typically between 4 and 4:15 right now during this football season, which is really important for me, to be there. I want to be the father I love that I'm one of like 3 fathers that are there every day, and probably the one father that's there more than any other father. So even if he doesn't, I'm not doing anything, just him knowing that he can look over and see his dad, causes me to feel an inherent feeling of worth and esteem and respect for myself. That's very, very healthy for me. Sleep, like Matt said, I can, telling myself I'm going to go to bed and going to bed. That's an important thing, instead of staying on my phone and scrolling or doing whatever, or distracting myself, being like, I'm going to go to bed tonight and at this time and going to bed is huge, man. That's a huge deal for me, to tell myself what to do and to actually listen to it. It is really important. Food, health is difficult for me too. I love food, same thing, another, it might seem unhealthy to other people, but for me, it's extremely healthy. It falls in line with prayer for me, which is adventure and exploring and feeling connected to the earth. So I'll go into lakes, water, taking my shoes off, bro. That's how I get down. You know what I mean? That's what I do. Yeah. When I don't,
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
yeah, dog, just whipping around with my big toes dug in the dirt, bro. I don't know why, man. Yo, you don't want to see me, man. Take me out of the earth like that, bro, and I'm a different dude, bro. So, and it doesn't matter if it's cold, if it's hot, whatever it is, man. I just need to feel connected to the elements, bro. That is a huge deal for me. Huge deal.
Nature.
Yeah, nature, big time.
Mm-hmm.
Nature.
What was that thing that you like whispered in the camera on that one video? And you were like, absorb the benefits of nature.
Nature therapy.
Nature therapy.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, get in touch with nature.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
You just disappeared into the woods afterwards.
Yeah,
That's
just
so
walked into the freaking woods. Yeah, no, it's huge, dude. That's a big deal for me.
That's awesome. That's it kind of ties into like the next question I was thinking, like how do you guys like work on things to help maintain your mental health and like make sure that impacts the energy that you're able to give out and spread to other individuals? I know for myself, like I always chose to focus on the addiction aspect of everything, and I didn't want to focus on the mental health aspect, and this time around it's like I tried to focus on both aspects, because I denied like the whole mental health aspect the whole time I've tried to get clean, and now this time it's like I try to utilize every piece of support that I can and get whatever I can from this whole process, and just be mindful of that, like what type of balance do I need in order to be the healthiest version of myself.
For me, balance is a key word that I think if you can constantly be cognizant of balance and balancing out your life, it will by default take care of a lot of the overwhelming feelings that turn into whether it's like anxiety or stress or anything, whatever it might be. So balance is always important, and I struggle with that sometimes. But then I'm aware of that I'm struggling with it because it rears its ugly head and I'm stressed or whatever it is. But for me, stress, anxiety, like those would be like the mental health components of what I struggle with. And to wrap it up in a nutshell, I am able to manage both of those things with action. For me, like stress, when I'm stressed, it makes me realize that I have to do something. When I'm stressed, it's because there's things that need to get done. So to do them. You know what I mean? Or schedule them to be done and stop thinking about it. It'll come up on my calendar in 3 weeks, and then I'll deal with it then. And so I like to just compartmentalize things and put them away and get them out of my mind. Time management has been huge for me. Like truly, I'll be like, oh my God, I have 30 things to do today. Well, just like we were talking about with Dope Man, like time flies today. So there's only the amount of time to get 15 of those done. Well, fuck, dude, I have 15 more things that I got to do then. Fuck. Okay. Like I'll put 3 of them on tomorrow, 5 of them on next Monday, and the remaining whatever on for next month. Prioritize them, figure out what ones need to be done, fucking put it on another time and deal with it then. And that helps a lot because there's a lot to do. You know, when we want to do all these things in life, go back to school, all these things, that's a lot of time. Mm-hmm. The only way we're going to be able to deal with all that shit is if we're like managing that appropriately. Another thing that's helped with me is I wake up earlier. Mm-hmm. That's helped me with so many things, dude. I used to get up at like, if work started at 9, I'd get up at 8:20. Serious. And like now, like the day typically starts, like really start around here about 9. I get up at 4 or 4:30. And it's not because I have to, it's because like that's where I get my workouts in. Those workouts help me mentally and physically. Where else? Because if I come in at 9 and get done at 6, I got to go home to my family. There is no time to work out. So it's like I have to find the time. There's time to get these things done. There's time to do all the stuff that we want to do, but we have to fucking make it. We have to do something. It's the action. So I'll get up, and then I'll get a lot of work done during the morning too. I'll work out, come home, shower, and like blast off 40 emails in an hour before everybody else is even awake. So I'll do schoolwork and shit in the morning. You know, like that's what it takes. Action.
For sure. I love that because I've switched my wake up routine also. I get up a lot earlier because that gives me time for myself when everybody else is sleeping, or it's just, you know, I get some time by myself, whether it's prayer or meditation, you know, I might get some good food in me to start my day, versus before it was like I was always in a rush, you know. Now it's I get to wake up and have some time for myself to be able to prepare myself for the day.
Yeah, for sure.
It's interesting you guys say that because for me, it's to wake up not early.
And that's you. And you stay up late, right?
Well, I mean, last night's a good example. I didn't get home from the grocery store till 11:40 last night.
Bro, I was sleeping for 3 hours.
Right. You know what I mean? Like I had football until 6, then I made dinner until 7, then we did everything, you know, because it's just me, right? You know, and I'm like, I can't go grocery shopping today. I'll be at FAD until 9. You know what I mean? I can't go tomorrow. I'll be at the fire. Yeah. You know, I can't go Saturday. I have a wedding.
Yeah.
Wait until Sunday before I have anything in my house? No, I had to go at 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. And so that meant when the alarm went off at 5:30, I was like, I'm sleeping till 6, knowing that, you know what I mean? Like that's me taking care of that is in that way, not pushing myself to do something that's not really good for me. I needed that rest. I need that rest. I need to sleep. You know, emotionally, I don't have too many areas to ask for help, and I don't have many people other than, everybody's living their life. It's my responsibility. So I don't have too many pressure release valves in the grand scheme of my reality. So it's sleep. It's really important. Mental health for me, it also is directly correlated to how I'm living passionately and purposefully. You know, my mental health decreases when I'm not taking action towards the things that I'm passionate about and that I feel purposeful in. When I'm not doing those things, I don't feel full of life. I get anxious too. My 2 experiences of mental health are anxiety and stress. Like Matt, I don't struggle with anxiety typically, and I don't experience too much stress, but when I have a lack of action, the same thing, towards the things I'm passionate about and I feel purposeful in, I can definitely see what happens when I don't. So I'd rather be tired trying than depressed, you know, and not trying. You know, I'd rather be failing and feeling stressed out with effort than failing without trying. You know, my worth is really important to me, and when I don't feel worthy of the life that I've been so gracefully given a second chance at, I don't like who I am. So now, you know, taking care of my mental health is making sure I'm doing what I'm passionate about and feel purposeful in, and also checking in with the people I love. You know, the other day I messaged Matt, you know, it's really important for me. Matt's, you know, we're both really busy, and Matt's really important to me. And so I can get lost in the pace of our lives, but, to be intentional and say, hey man, I love you. I'm thankful we're here. Because we're just going, and to say, you know, when you look behind you, I'm going to be there. You know what I mean? Like that's a big part of my mental health, because I value him so much that I need him to understand how important he is to me. And if he doesn't understand that, or my mom doesn't understand that, it's not okay. Like if I feel like people question where I stand in their life that I value, it can cause me to feel a lot of anxiety, you know? So I need to make sure my actions, the way I show up to life and the things I'm doing, in my relationships align with who I say I am and I want to be. But that was a big one. I was like, man, I haven't told my friend how I feel in a few weeks. And, I think about it all the time. So it's like, hey, dude, I love you. You know what I mean? And express that gratitude.
And drink water.
And drink water.
From Kirkland.
From Kirkland.
From the land of Kirk.
Get you some Kirkland.
There's another fun fact. The reason that they named it Kirkland,
Yeah.
is because they had one name for all the boys.
Kirk.
And it was Kirk. For centuries, dude.
Yeah.
There was just like all the Kirks.
Yeah.
Dude. All the Kirks in the world actually originated from Kirkland.
Kirkland. But they were like, you spelled them Kirk or Kirk.
Yeah, there's different ways to spell it.
Kirk.
Khurk.
Yeah.
Kirk. Kurk.
Right.
Kiurk.
Yeah. Yeah.
K-E-R-K.
Keerk.
K-W-E-R-K. Quirk.
Quirk. Yeah. Depending on because then
He was kind of weird.
Like, yeah, quirk. He was a little quirky. Quirky. It's amazing. Yeah, that was good stuff, man. I really enjoyed that episode. Thank you, bro. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending some time with us. I'm proud of you. Please keep going.
Thank you.
Please keep going.
Yeah, I love you,
Appreciate
brother.
that.
Yeah,
I love you all
dude.
too.
Yeah, hell yeah. And I appreciate you guys for watching, man. What a fantastic episode. I know that you all found some value in what you heard and what you listened to, watched. And so if that's the case, please make sure that you share it with somebody else. And if you haven't already done so, make sure that you follow us, like, subscribe, whatever it is. You can call us if you're watching this, or if anybody else sees this and is watching this, needs to talk. 419-561-LIFE. We've got a hotline available for you for whatever that might be, wherever you are. If you want to talk, if you need to vent, if you have questions, if you need resources, regardless of if that's us or not, we want to try to help you out. That is our job, and that's the purpose of that line. And so make sure that you call us or share this with somebody else so that they can call us. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, thank you to Mike and to Juan for being here. And you guys, we hope to see you next episode. Thank you. Have a good night.